Good afternoon everyone, or good evening as it turns out to be here as we're live with Rebels Radio here, bringing you all the action here from Privet Park, home of Gosport Borough, as we give you all the action from today's game between Gosport Borough and Slough Town. I'll run through the two sides with you very shortly, and you'll also be able to contact us if you want to. You can contact us on Twitter, it's at MyFCRebelsRadio, or if you are listening via the YouTube, there's a little bit that says comments. You put your comments down and it will come through to us here, and we'll have a look through those once the game has started. So we're here at Privet Park, long time since we come down here to Gosport Borough. Our last visit was for an FA Cup game. You may remember that the winners of that game went on to play Mansfield. Slough won here in a replay 2-1. Goals coming from Dominic Roan and Danny Burnell, I believe. So we'll run through the two sides with you. This is Rebels Radio, brought to you by our two sponsors. It's My Football Club, which is the online football community, and also the Slough Town Supporters Trust. The teams are a couple of minutes away from coming out. They've just been training. Glorious sunny evening down here on the south coast, as we are. It's hardly any clouds in the sky here, which means it's going to get a little bit nippy later on. So we'll hopefully, we're in a nice little press box. The only problem we've got in the press box is that there's a great big girder that blocks the view of one goal, and then there's a great big girder that blocks the view of another goal. So I think I'm going to be doing a little bit of gymnastics, trying to view some of the goals here today, but we'll do our best to give you those as it goes. I'll run through the two sides with you. There are also some other games for you going on this evening. I'll start with Monday's results. A couple of games yesterday. It was Hitchin 2, St Neots 2, and Dorchester 1, Basingstoke 0. Those are your Monday games. Coming for you, the rest of the games for today from the Evo Stick Southern Premier League. It's Bishop Stortford versus Kings Lynn, Chesham versus Banbury, Dunstable host Kings Langley, Hereford versus Tiverton, Kettering versus Redditch, St Ives versus Biggleswade, and Stratford versus Merthyr. So the games are coming thick and fast here in the Evo Stick Southern Premier League. Just to remind you that Saturday's broadcast will not be by Rebels Radio. It'll be a joint broadcast along with Radio Hereford. So I will give you more details of that, but what you'll need to do to log into and listen to it is you go into Hereford FC's site, click on media, and then it says Radio Hereford, and then there'll be a little box in the corner which if you were to click on now, they must be doing the same kind of stuff that we're doing, but if you were to click on tomorrow, I believe it plays music, but you click on that, put it in your little poppy up thing, and then you can listen to that and still do things as well. So just a reminder that Saturday's broadcast will be a joint broadcast with a Radio Hereford. So I run through the two sides with you today, starting with Gosport Borough, who came down last season from the National League South. In goal for them is Sam Gray, 2 is Jack Breed, 3 Aston Lee, 4 and captain is Aaron Dawson, 5 Harry Medway, 6 Declan McCarthy, 7 Matt Buse, 8 is Jamie Granger, who played one game for Slough last season, 9, and I'm going to apologise if I get the surname wrong, but it's Alec Prospolsky. So we'll try and do that if we can, and if not, we'll maybe miss that one out. 10 is Tyrell Mitford, and 11 is Chenadu Vine. Substitutes for Gosport Borough are 12 Matt Smith, 14 Alfie Leeds, Tyler Roach wears 15, Liam Kimber 16, and Osman Sadie wears 17. For the Rebels, in goal today is Jack Turner, 2 is Josh Jackman, 3 George Wells, 4 Guy Hollis, 5 and captain is Mark Nisbet, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 James Dawson, 8 Nathan Webb, 9 Manny Williams, 10 Chris Flood, and 11 is Matt Lynch. Substitutes for the Rebels this evening are 12 Sean Fraser, 14 Nathan Smart, 15 Simon Dunn, 16 Warren Harris, and 17 is Gavin James. Your referee for tonight is Ryan Hilliard Smith. His two assistants are Mr Derek Pratt and Paul Sanderson. Tonight's match ball sponsors is Alan Randall and Gren Reeves. So there you go, that's who you've got there today. We'll run through those two sides with you again just before kick-off. So we're just going to go for that. Slough's last visit here was an FA Cup replay. They had previously played Gosport in 2 games that season. They were at home, lost the first one in the FA Trophy 4-0. Then a couple of weeks later We played Gosport Borough at home when we were at Beaconsfield, and we drew 0-0, and then we surprisingly came here to Gosport Borough and beat them 2-1 in the FA Cup. And it was one of the times that I remember when we left, a Gosport fan turned around and said they'd never got into the first round proper, and the victory that we had denied them that, but they went on to do that the next season. And Slough went on to host Mansfield and drew away 0-0, and then obviously that replay at Wexham Park, which went to penalties. And for those of you wondering, Sean Saunders' penalty is still somewhere up in that sky. It is. It's definitely up there somewhere. So we're about 5 minutes away from kick-off. And like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us here, your contact's on Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio. I will open that up after a few minutes. And there's also the chat on the YouTube. So Slough are in their away kit of the all light blue with their new away kit match sponsor, which is Gary House Photography. So you may have remembered Gary as Horsham Rebel Photography. He's had a change of name for his company, and he's sponsoring the away shirts for 2 seasons. So thank you to Mr. House for his continued support of the Rebels. I can just see that the Rebels are lined up in front of us here. I may even have to stand up actually, I'm not sure. But the referee is here with the Slough players. They're out a little bit earlier. I'm just trying to wait to see if Gosport are in almost the same colours as Slough's home kit. It's yellow with a little bit of dark royal navy blue across the top and navy shorts. So those are your kits for today. I will run through the 2 sides very quickly. We are in the press box joint with other people and the stadium announcer. So if you do hear some bits in the background, I apologise, but they do need to do their job. So we'll watch and continue. The supporters coach got here nice and early. Did a bit of trouble on the A30 getting across there, but everyone got here fine, and the 2 sets of players are just coming out onto the pitch now and getting a warm welcome from both sets of fans. So I'll run through those 2 sides with you again, starting with Gosport Borough. In goal is Sam Gray, 2 Jack Breed, 3 Ashton Lee, 4 and captain is Aaron Dawson, 5 Harry Medway, 6 Declan McCarthy, 7 Matt Buse, 8 Jamie Granger, 9 is Alec Prospolski, 10 is Tyrrell Mitford, and 11 is Chenadu Vine. Substitutes for Gosport: 12 Matt Smith, 14 Alfie Liz, 15 Tyler Roach, 16 is Liam Kimber, and 17 is Osman Sadie. For the Rebels in goal, it's Jack Turner, 2 is Josh Jackman, 3 is George Wells, 4 Guy Hollis, 5 Mark Nisbet, who's captain, 6 is Lee Togwell, 7 is James Dobson, 8 Nathan Webb, 9 Manny Williams, 10 Chris Flood, and 11 is Matt Lynch. For the substitutes for the Rebels: 12 Sean Fraser, 14 is Nathan Smart, 15 is Simon Dunn, 16 Warren Harris, and 17 is Gavin James. For those of you who I don't know if Jack Turner's changed his goalkeeping kit for something different. Maybe he didn't like the bright orange that Scotty used to wear last season, but he's got a all green kit but with white long arm sleeves on it. So that's the goalkeeping kit there, and the Gosport goalkeeper looks like he's actually got an almost proper goalkeeping kit on with a green top and black shirts and black socks. So we're just 2 minutes away from kick-off here, and we'll just wait as the referee just chatting to both captains here at the centre circle, just tossing the coin just to see who will go where. And I'm going to look to see who is playing where so we can have a look. So it looks as though Slough will be kicking off for this first half from left to right, and it looks as though Gosport Borough have the kick-off, and we are just waiting for the referee, Mr. Hillier Smith, to get this game underway. The linesman's doing something, I think he's doing the hokey cokey. I don't know what's going on. The linesman's not too happy on this near hand side, so he's just having a chat. I honestly haven't seen this ever before, and I really don't know what's going on. But the linesman's obviously said a few words to both members of the management team from both sides, and we are ready for the kick-off, and it is kick-off here, and the ball is immediately played here by Dawson on the far hand side, kept in by Vine, but one back by Dobson and plays it to Wells. Wells with the ball forward, looking for Flood, but that's an easy take there for Gosport, and the ball played forward only as far as Josh Chapman. Takes it on his chest and goes a little bit behind him, and then plays a long ball down, looking for Manny Williams. Manny Williams up against Medway. Medway comes off the bed of the ball. Ball comes out here onto the left, and a flying challenge from Lynch on Lee, and it's a throw to Gosport, halfway inside their own half, and it will be the left back Lee to come and take this, looking for an option. The option comes in the middle. The ball's lofted high up in the air. Hollis does well to claim and win that header, but it's out for a throw just by the halfway line. And again, Lee, the left back, will come in to take this. He's just looking for an option, and the option comes to him, and it's difficult to see the numbers, but I think that was Granger. I'll say Buse. Ball comes out towards Mitford. Ball kept in play, isn't it? It's just gone out of play, and it's come off Buse for a throw to the Rebels. So Slough have a throw halfway inside their own half, right by our touchline position, and they're going to leave it for Guy Hollis to come and take this throw. So expect a long throw getting Slough out of danger in their own half, and it is Hollis with a long throw looking for Flood, beaten to the ball by Lee, but the ball goes high up in the air. It's headed on there by Granger. Ball comes in and Flood tries to get his body in the way, does well to play it in. Flood gives it to Dobson here. Dobson on the left hand side, just looking for a shot. His shot's blocked. It's come through now towards McCarthy. McCarthy can clear long, but that's too long for Gosport, and Turner just chases it all the way into the corner. He's going to try and keep it in. He does, and he's closed down there by Przypolski, and the ball's been played up. Dawson gets a flick on, but only as far as McCarthy. McCarthy under pressure from Williams, plays the ball forward, headed away by Togwell. Will come back towards Williams. He just misjudged the bounce. One back though by Togwell. Ball over the top, looking for the run of Flood. Flood trying to find the ball, but McCarthy's over there, can clear only as far as Dobson, and it comes in the middle to Granger. Granger with a touch in here towards Mitford. Vine there gives the ball here to Ashton Lee. Lee with some space finds Mitford here on the left hand side. Mitford just coming down the left hand side, travelling 10 yards, cuts inside, goes past two, but Lynch is there for Slough to win the ball back, and Lynch clears, looking for Manny Williams. Manny Williams chests the ball, but it comes off him, and our two managers very optimistically calling for a throw to them. But it's a clear throw here to Gosport, and it's going to be Lee, the left back, to take it. Looks for the ball inside, trying to find Przypolski. Ball headed on by Buse. One back by Hollis. It'll come here through to Togwell. Togwell evades a challenge of Grange. Plays the ball, but only as far as Breed, and Breed can take the ball down. Gives it to Dawson. Dawson. And Dawson's ball over the top is a little bit too fast, but now to play for a goal kick. So 2 minutes and 50 seconds gone. Still 0-0 here at Privet Park, and what we'll do is we'll open up the chat room as well, so if you are listening on YouTube you can chat to other people at the game, or not at the game I should say, and we'll open up Twitter and just see if there's any other goals from the games in our league as well. As Turner takes this long kick, it's a free header though there for Granger, and his header comes to Przypolski. Przypolski loses the ball to Togwell. Togwell's ball just cleared down there, it's gone straight out of play for a throw halfway inside the Gosport Borough half. It'll be the right back Breed that will go across to take that, and Breed just looking for some help on that far hand side. Still just looking. It's Buse that comes across, does well to turn and goes past the ball there, but it's come through to the middle where Przypolski loses it, and there's a foul there. First foul of the day committed by Dawson on Lynch, and Dawson's just going to be spoken to here by the referee, and just a wild kick as he went to clear the ball, but it's a free kick to Slough, about 10 yards inside the Gosport Borough half. Standing over it is the pink and white booted James Dobson. What is going on with football boot colours so far? I really don't understand it. But Dobson standing over this free kick. One man wall of Przypolski. And we'll just wait for this free kick to come in. Whipped in with some pace. It's headed away well by Murphy. Comes through to Williams. Williams just overruns the touch. Gets the ball. It's poked in! And it's Matt Lynch who scores for Slough. A bit of a scramble in the box there. But on 5 minutes, Slough take the lead through Matt Lynch. His first proper goal there for Slough, scored by Matt Lynch, and the free kick came in from Slough. It wasn't cleared properly by Declan McCarthy. Ball came out to Togwell. Togwell's ball into the box was blocked. It fell to Manny Williams. Williams took a heavy touch. The goalkeeper had to come out and block, and Williams couldn't get a second touch, and literally from inside the 6-yard box, Matt Lynch pokes the ball home to give Slough the lead here. And pretty much against the run of play, to be honest, because it's been all Gosport. They've taken the kick-off already. Ball with Dawson in towards Breed. Now with Granger. Granger being forced wide here by Togwell. Out towards the left-back Lee. Closed down by Lench, and ball comes through here to Togwell. Togwell just taking a touch over the top, trying to find the run of Chris Flood. Flood here up against Medway. Medway chests the ball into the corner. Flood just with a little touch, and it's come out for a throw. Right by the corner flag for the Rebels. And they're going to immediately put some pressure on Gosport by putting Guy Hollis to take this long throw into the box. And it is right by the corner flag here, so just going to see if who's going forwards for it. Nisbet is up there for this ball, as we wait for Guy Hollis just to put this ball into the box. Long throw by him, headed on at the far post, and it's come all the way through, but Breed has plenty of time to clear the ball. Chased down well by Flood, but clears the ball up here towards Vine. Vine with a touch inside, just a heavy touch, and Slough win the ball back here with Matt Lench. Lench will just run with the ball. He's got Hollis on this wide side, and Hollis has received the ball back in towards Lench, in the centre towards Webb. Webb's first touch of the ball, and he'll give it to the left back Wells. Wells with a bit of space finds Dobson. Dobson with some space on that far hand side. He's going to cut back inside, running with the ball here. Still got the ball on his left hand side. Little ball in towards Lench. Lench leaves. It comes out towards Togwell. Togwell will try and find the run of Josh Jackman, but Mitford's there for Gosport. Plays it back to his goalkeeper, and it's been cleared there by Gray. All the way up here to Propolski, but Hollis wins the first header, but Propolski gets his body in there, but Lench covering there, gets the ball and clears it down the line. Flood will chase this one with Medway. Flood trying to get goal side, but Medway's just shielding it off, plays it to his goalkeeper, and his clearance goes out of play yet? No, yeah, it's gone out of play for a throw to Slough, halfway inside the Gosport half. This time they're going to leave this throw for Jackman to take. Just waiting for a bit of movement. Move comes from Togwell in towards Jackman. Jackman just immediately pressured, but still with the ball. Keeps going. Ball's gone out of play according to the linesman. And I thought that was a bit strange because I didn't think the whole ball went out of play there, but the referee said, the linesman says it has. And it's a throw to Gosport Borough. Taken again by Lee towards Buse. Buse takes it on his chest and clicks the ball over the top, but Nisbet's got time to volley that ball, but only as far as Mitford, and then Lench will try and get the ball, but Mitford's there, and in between two Slough players they've committed a foul on Terrell Mitford, and it's a free kick to Gosport just inside their own half. Taken quickly by Mitford, looking for Vine on the far hand side. Poor judgment there by Wells, means he's left it, and Vine can keep the ball in, but not the best of touches for him, and Dobson can clear down the line for Slough. A lot of running for Flood to do, but McCarthy comes across. Gives it here towards Breed, and Flood challenges him. It's out for a throw to Gosport, taken quickly, and finds McCarthy. McCarthy in towards Granger, back towards McCarthy, just playing the ball across the back four of Gosport at the Borough. Still here with Medway. Medway looks up, trying to play the ball to Propolski, but he's almost playing literally as a lone striker. Heavy touch there by Nisbet, one back by Granger. Webb with the header on, Buse comes across, and then Granger plays a long ball back that will go all the way to the goalkeeper Gray. And he'll play a nice little ball out here towards Medway. Medway in towards Buse. Buse back towards Medway. Slough just happy to let them Gosport players have the ball deep in their own half. Given here towards Lee. Closed down by Lench. Ball play forwards. Polski again does want to win the header, but there's no help inside. It's Mitford and Vine are too far away from him. And the ball's here with Dobson on the halfway line. Dobson up against Breed on that far hand side. Just turned away. Trying to just twist and turn. Still with the ball at his feet. Looking for the run of Wells, but Wells has stopped. And it'll go out for a goal kick to Gosport Borough. So while that's out of play, let's see if there's any goals around the other games in the Southern Premier League tonight. Let's just have a quick look. Kings Lynn are 1-0 up already away to Bishop Stortford. And there was a yellow card in the 4th minute at Stratford Town, and Kings Langley are 1-0 up in their game away to Chesham. So Slough have a free kick inside their own half there, and they're going to leave it for Turner to come and take this free kick, and it's halfway inside the Slough half, and Turner in absolutely no hurry whatsoever to go and get the ball here, looking resplendent in his green kit with white sleeves. Is very strange to last season's kit. So Turner takes his free kick for Slough, looking for Flood on the far hand side. Flood up against Lee. Ball comes from Lee towards Buse. Buse trying to find Mitford, but just overruns the ball there, and that's a throw to Slough with Jackman. Jackman just trying to up the tempo for Slough, in towards Flood, back towards Jackman. Jackman under pressure, finds Togwell. Togwell chased down by Mitford, plays the ball, it's gone out of play, and it's a throw to Gosport Borough. We have played 10 minutes here so far, and it's at Privet Park. It's Gosport Borough 0, Slough Town 1, and it's a throw to Gosport, about 5 or 6 yards away from the corner flag. It's going to be the left back Ashton Lee to take this throw. And Lee just waiting for Popolski to make a move. Togwell wins the first header. It comes through to Granger. Granger puts Lee under pressure, but Williams just can't keep hold of the ball. Gone down to play for another throw. Taken quickly by Lee. Finds Granger. Granger again closed down and plays it back towards Medway. Medway just hoofs the ball forward, trying to give Popolski something to chase. But Hollis has plenty of time. Turns and can bring the ball out here for Slough. Chase down. Gives it to Togwell. Togwell's ball forward. Headed away by Medway. Only as far as Popolski, just side of Slough half, does well to try and turn, and raises a couple of challenges, gives the ball here towards Mitford. Good playing on there by the referee to Popolski, but Nisbet comes across, and the referee very rightly brings it back for a free kick there. That was Popolski missed two rash tackles there, and it's a free kick to Gosport Borough, roughly about say 30 odd yards, 35 away from goal, but quite close to the touchline. And the referee just making sure that Matt Lynch goes back 10 yards. Lee is on the left-hand side. Just trying to pull some Slough players out of position here. It's a one-man ball for Slough. Matt Lynch. It's going to be Dawson, the captain, to take this free kick. Drips the ball into the box. It's gone all the way in, and then at the back post it's cleared by Jackman. It will find Chris Flood. Flood inside his own. I'm trying to help it on here for Dobson. Dobson just gets there first before Breed. Breed comes across and plays it in, but he gets it at the second attempt. Comes off Dobson, Breed, last, and it's a throw to Slough on that far hand side. But Slough just living dangerously there with that free kick in the box. Taken quickly here this throw towards Nisbet. Nisbet will spread the ball across here to Hollis. Hollis again towards Josh Jackman. Jackman with the ball at his feet, just looking for a run from Manny Williams. Manny Williams comes down, but it comes off Ashton Lee first. It's a throw to Slough. Jackman going to take it quick in towards Togwell. Togwell dips the ball in, headed away by McCarthy, and as far as Webb. Webb takes it down on his chest inside the centre circle. Heavy challenge there by Buse, but he finds Dobson, and this is where the inconsistency goes here. Slough could have had an advantage there, but the referee has pulled it back for a free kick. Yet he just gave a really good advantage to Gosport Borough a minute ago and pulled the free kick back, but he didn't allow Slough to have the advantage, and it's a shame. It's the first bit of refereeing was fantastic refereeing. Pulling that back is a little bit of inconsistency, but it's a free kick here to Slough. Dobson taking it, and Wells makes a run down this left-hand side. Oh, it's too far for him, is it? It is, and Breed comes along, wins the ball. He finds Vine. Vine with a bit of space. Plays the ball inside towards Dawson. Dawson just overruns the ball, trying to find Mitford. Mitford comes in. Oh, he takes a really heavy touch, and it goes all the way through to Turner in the Slough goal. And Slough just under a little bit of pressure there, just giving the ball away cheaply from that free kick. And Turner has the ball. He's just rolled it 5 or 6 yards outside of his penalty area. Then launches a long ball down, looking for Dobson on the far hand side. Dobson has time to control the ball, and now faces Breed. Going to cut inside, just looking for an option. Crosses with his right foot, trying to find Lynch. Lynch rises up, but it'll come through to Ashton Lee. It's Dawson trying to push off the challenge of Flood. Finds Buse. Buse with a chance to turn. Trying to find Mitford, but he's so short there, and Jackman can run through. Jackman just stops his run, still running with the ball. He's just been fouled there by Dawson. And that will be a yellow card for the Gosport Borough captain. And a silly little foul to give away there. He's running down the side, and the first yellow card of the game goes to Dawson. And that's on 14 minutes. So Slough have a free kick. This is where it's difficult to see. It's Dobson again taking it, and it's roughly about 25 to 27 yards away from goal, but it's outside of the line of the 18-yard box. So in between the corner and the edge of the 18-yard box. So it's a two-man wall for Gosport Borough. The referee's making sure that they're all back in their position. And it's Dobson to put this ball into the box. Puts the ball in far deep post, headed onwards there. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Last touch came off Mark Nisbet. So it's a goal kick there for Gosport Borough. So just going to see if the chat roomy thingamajiggy working, and if who's on there tonight. Just a lazy EJ, who's looks like he's the only person on there tonight, so he's just chatting to himself. He'll be fine, don't worry. So just we'll just wait for this goal kick to come from Gray, deep long kick, and Togwell does well to win the header. Granger heads the ball backwards. It will come out towards Breed on the far hand side, and chased down by Flood. Ball still playing in play, and he gives it here towards Granger. Granger trying to turn, closed down by Webb. Webb does really well to win the ball. Still got the ball, and he's going to shoot. He passes it into Williams. Williams shoots. It's a good save. Comes through to Flood. And then the ball still bouncing around. It's swept clear in the end then by McCarthy. And Slough had a good chance there to make that 2, and they haven't taken it. Ball on the far hand side with Dawson. Hits it straight at Dobson. Dobson trying to win the ball back. He does, and just loses it though. Tackle from Vine in towards Dawson. Dawson to Breed. Breed falls over as he plays the ball up, but Przypolski wins the header only as far as Nisbet. In here towards Lynch. Lynch can turn. Just plays the ball. Chased down there well by Buse. It comes out here to the right back. Jackman just has time, trying to find the run of Flood. Flood trying to play in Manny Williams. Mistake there by Lee means that Williams can pick the ball. Gives the ball here towards Matt Lynch. Lynch scored the only goal. Trying to find Dobson on that far hand side. It's a lovely ball. Dobson just trod on the ball as he got into the penalty area. And it's allowed Breed the time to clear. Trying to find Vine, but Slough just blocking Vine as he's trying to play it in towards Breed. Out to Dawson. Dawson turns. Vine's Granger just inside his own half. Closed down, and he's played a ball forward. It's too far down, and Turner in the Slough goal will come across to clear that long. Looking for Dobson. Dobson up against McCarthy. It's Dobson who wins it, but McCarthy turns around. Dobson gets there next. Breed clears, only as far as Buse. Buse with a ball forward, trying to find Vine. Vine is offside, and it's a free kick to the Rebels, 10 yards inside their own half. And Slough have been penalised to take in the free kick. They've had to come back a couple of yards, even though there's not much in it. What's a yard between friends? As it's Nisbet that will take this free kick for Slough, 10 yards inside the Slough half, and Slough just deciding to play this ball deep into the box here up against Gosport. Flood's the target man. Flood does well to win the header. It's headed away there by Buse. Comes through to Grange, just trying to play it in. It gets a little touch. Comes through here to Lee. Lee finds Mitford. Mitford, again, heavy touch by him, finds Przypolski. Przypolski trying to find Lee. It's a good touch into him, but great covering there by Lee Togwell. And it's out for a throw, but Przypolski just getting a good touch there, but the help's coming from the left back rather than you'd want the two wider players. I presume that's Vine and Mitford trying to help out, but they're a little bit too deep. It's a throw for Gosport Borough in towards Lee to Granger, but it's come off a Slough body, and it's a throw again to Gosport Borough. Lee with this one taken quickly and in towards Przypolski. Comes through though. Webb does well to win it. Clears it in towards Williams. Williams turns, gives it to Lynch. Lynch under pressure, keeps hold of the ball towards Jackman. Jackman's ball down to Flood. Flood's on his own here, and it's headed by McCarthy into the path of Medway, but Flood will try and close him down. Medway just being pushed back. McCarthy comes across to give him an option, and then plays it back to his goalkeeper, who wasn't really expecting that. But Gray does well to clear, only as far as Hollis. Hollis's ball will come through to Lee. Gets there first and finds McCarthy. McCarthy in towards Granger. Granger back towards McCarthy, trying to play in. Nisbet gets there first. The ball comes through to Togwell. Togwell in advanced position. Finds Dobson on that far hand side. Dobson now with a chance to run at Breed. On the first time he's going past him on the outside. Gets a bit in. Gets a cross in. It's headed on by McCarthy, and Matt Lynch just waits for the ball to drop. Just being forced wide here on the far hand side by the captain Dawson, but Lynch still with the ball, trying to play the ball in, and it's Dawson's won the ball back heels it into the path of Lee, and then a sliding Chris Flood blocks the ball, and it's out for a throw right by the corner flag for Gosport Borough. So as that's going on, we'll just see if there's any more goals in our league. Let's just see what's going on. Bishop Stortford are 2-0 down to Kings Lynn at the moment, and it's a goal kick. It's been given as now to Gosport, and Gray, the goalkeeper, takes this one. Free header there for Guy Hollis. Ball goes right up in the air. Webb and Granger battling for it. Comes through towards Togwell. Togwell breaks just over the halfway line. Still running with the ball. Finds Dobson on the far hand side. Dobson with a bit of space. Breed just up against him. Dobson going to come inside. Dinks a little ball here towards Williams. Williams tries to back heel it, and it's cleared in the end by Gosport Borough, and it's a throw into Slough, level with the 18-yard line on that far hand side. And we've played 20 minutes here at Privet Park. Ball with Williams. Williams trying to turn inside the area. Shoots! Oh, and it just flashes wide of the goal there, but Williams with the shot just from the edge, trying to curl it into that top corner, but with no luck. And after 20 minutes here at Privet Park, it's still Gosport Borough 0, Slough Town 1. That goal coming in 5 minutes from Matt Lynch, as Gray, the goalkeeper, will take this goal kick. Good number of travelling Rebels fans behind that goal, and it's taken long by Gray. It's Nisbet who does well to win the header. Comes to Jackman. Jackman finds Hollis. Hollis with the ball forwards again, looking for Chris Flood. Flood up against the left back Lee. Lee takes a touch, but it's missed by everyone, and it comes through to Buse, and then Buse is clattered there by Lee Togwell, and free kick. And I think Togwell will get a spoken to by the referee here, Mr. Hillier Smith. He's got to book him for that, surely. He is. I think he's going to book Togwell for that one on 21 minutes. So Togwell, the first Slough player to receive a yellow card this season. And strange decision there by the referee. Both players seem to go for the ball. Buse just got there a touch quicker. It's a free kick though to Gosport Borough, and it's around about 3 or 4 yards inside the Gosport Borough half. It's going to be the number 5, Harry Medway, to take this free kick. Is he going to play it forwards? He does. He finds Dawson. Dawson 5 or 6 yards inside the Slough half, goes back towards Medway. Medway under pressure from Nathan Webb. Webb just tries to steal the ball back, but Medway gets it back to his goalkeeper. A bit of a waste of a free kick there by Gosport Borough. Lenson wins the ball, but it's come through towards Granger. Granger does well to evade the challenge, still with the ball on the far hand side, plays it in towards Mitford. Mitford finds Dawson. Dawson's got a bit of space here inside the Slough half and looks to shoot. Unfortunately just scuffs his shot wide of the goal, and it's out for a goal kick. So we'll see if there's some more goals in some of the games in our league. There are a couple of games being played tomorrow evening. Farnborough versus Royston and Frome versus Weymouth. As Turner takes the goal kick, looking for Dobson on that far hand side. Dobson does well to win the header. Comes through towards Flood. Flood trying to hold the ball up there. Still with the ball with Slough. Then he finds Matt Lynch. Lynch in towards Togwell. Togwell finds Dobson. Dobson just tries to flick the ball, and it's come back here towards Buse. Buse now finds Vine. Vine on the far hand side gives it back towards Breed, the right back. Under pressure though from Dobson, and Dobson tries to win the ball off him there, and the referee gives a free kick to nobody. It's a throw. Is it a free kick? He hasn't actually pointed who's got the free kick. It's a free kick to Gosport Borough. And it's the goalkeeper Gray is going to come across to take this free kick. It's halfway inside the Gosport Borough half, but on the far hand side. And Gray with this long ball forwards, looking for Vine. Wells does well to win the header, trying to find Dobson, but he can't keep it in, and it's a throw to Gosport Borough, 10 yards inside the Slough half. It'll be Breed, the right back, to take this one. He's going to play it back towards McCarthy. McCarthy under pressure from Flood. Flood wins the ball off him. It's another throw for Gosport Borough. And again, Breed this time finds Dawson. Dawson gives it to Breed. Breed on that right hand side, trying to make a run. Gives it in towards Vine. Vine challenged by 2 players. Wells brings the ball out for Slough. Just a heavy touch by him from Granger, and it comes through to Propolski. Propolski inside the box, shoots. Good save there by Turner. And then in the end, it's cleared by Jackman, but Slough will be disappointed with how they've done it. Quick throw here by Lee towards Mitford. Mitford back towards Lee. Lee finds Granger. Finds Mitford, I think, because there's a big thingy in the way. It's a throw to Gosport Borough. We're just going to lean outside the press box to see. Taken quickly, finds Medway. In towards Dawson. Dawson flicking the ball on, but Jackman will clear for the Rebels and finds Flood. Flood trying to turn, but loses the ball, and Buse wins it back. Finds Dawson. Dawson into Propolski, and it comes out on the far hand side to Vine. Vine looks up, shoots from distance. It's a good shot, but well watched by Jack Turner as it went wide of the goal. But good spell of pressure here for Gosport Borough, and Slough have dealt with it so far, but they just want to be a little bit more careful. Gosport Borough just getting back into this game here. And we are played 25 minutes, still Gosport Borough 0, Slough Town 1. And Turner will take this Goal kick. Eventually. Turner takes this one, looking for Dobson. Dobson standing free on that far hand side. Does well to flick the ball on, trying to find Williams. Williams on the edge of the box, trying to flick it into the path of Dobson, but well read by McCarthy, and he's giving it here towards Breed. Breed with the ball inside towards Dawson. Dawson trying to turn. Oh, does really well. Takes 2 Slough men out of the game. Plays the ball forward, looking for the run abuse, but Turner will get there first, and it's out. It's a easy claim there for Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Just doing well with the pressure there. And Turner still with the ball inside his hands here at the moment. And the ball's played forward. It's headed away though by McCarthy. Togwell does well to win the next header, and then mistake there by McCarthy. Heads it in towards Flood. Flood finds Manny Williams. Williams just being forced backwards here by Gosport Borough. Headed away by Ashton Lee. Comes toward Mitford. Mitford plays the ball in, but Togwell will win that for Slough. Just plays the ball high up in the air, looking for Lench. Lench wins the header. Flood trying to get goal side. Does get goal side of Medway, but just being forced wide. Does too well. Turns inside the box. Gets a shot in. It's at the it's gone all the way across the goal. It's come off the goalkeeper, and it's out for a corner. Flood just turning there, firing with his left foot, just wide as they took a touch off the goalkeeper, and Manny Williams was still at that far post, and he just couldn't stretch his poor little legs far enough to get a touch on it. But it is a corner for Slough, and Lench will be the player that goes across to take this one for Slough. And we've into the 27th minute here. Nathan Webb just being asked by the management team to go forward to the edge of the box, and it's Lench with an in-swinging corner here for Slough. Just whips the ball into the free header for Flood. It's a second for the Rebels, and some really poor defending by Gosport Borough. The Flood gets a free header there and scores on 27 minutes. His first of the season, and it's a good header into the back of the goal, but some poor defending by Gosport Borough, giving Flood a free header. You can't do that. They would know that from his time here last season. And Chris Flood doubles the lead here for the Rebels. So it's Gosport Borough 0, Slough Town 2 on 27 minutes. Chris Flood scoring from a Matt Lench corner. And the two joint managers for Slough just down in front of our commentary position, just telling the boys well done and to keep that going. And the game had been just dying out a little bit there, and Gosport Borough were trying to get back into the game, but that goal may just take the wind out of their sails. They take the kick off here, and the ball's played in towards Breed, who finds McCarthy. McCarthy with a bit of space finds Buse, but Slough immediately on their back, and it goes back to McCarthy. Slough happy to let the two centre-backs for Gosport Borough have the ball, and it's now with the other one, Medway. Medway plays the ball forward, well spotted though by Togwell, wins it in towards Williams. Williams now finds Lench. Lench towards Webb. Webb will spread it to Dobson on that far hand side. Dobson with looking for a ball into the box, trying to find Williams. It comes and takes a deflection, and Gray just beats Lench to the ball, and the goalkeeper has it and just slows the play down a little bit there. And Lench still just standing on the edge of the area waiting for the goalkeeper to kick the ball. He kicks it high up in the air. Togwell would be the man who heads that one. He does get the first head. It comes through to Medway just totally misses the ball, but Lench had gambled on him getting it, and he finally plays it back towards Gray, the goalkeeper. Then back towards Medway, 10 yards outside his half. Plays the ball forward, looking for Prispolski. Well won by Dobson. He finds Lench. Lench just chased down by Buse, but still with the ball at his feet. Then plays it here towards Hollis. Hollis just being pressured by Prispolski and finds Turner. Turner just with a heavy touch, but does well to clear. Trying to find Wells. Wells in a really good advance position. He just lost the ball. And it comes here through to Dawson. Dawson up against Webb. He goes past Webb easily. Dawson running with the ball. He's going to play the ball in towards Propolski. He's just put too much on it, and Propolski can't get there. And Turner dives on the ball, and Slough just allowing Gosport Borough to back in the game and just killing flies in the press box. Don't worry, it's fine, unless you like flies, in which case I've just killed somebody. But yeah, killing some flies in the press box here. Turner with this ball out, trying to find Williams. It's headed away by McCarthy. It'll come through towards Lench. Lench in the centre, just rushed off the ball out by Dawson. Dawson doing well here for Gosport Borough. Plays it through to Chinham. And Vine was offside there. Now that's a very careful decision, because it really didn't look like it. I think the Vine speed over on that far hand side, I thought, bear in mind I literally am level with that, I thought that he was onside. but the linesman on the far hand side has much better knowledge than me, and it's a free kick to Slough, and played 30 minutes here so far at Privet Park. Ball played forward from Dobson. Dobson does well to win the header, but there's no one inside the box for Slough, and it's headed away by Medway, trying to find Dawson. Dawson up against Webb, but Dawson's winning that battle quite easily. Dawson having a good influence here on Gosport Borough, trying to find the ball here for Mitford, but Jackman's there first for Slough, and his head only finds Buse. Buse and Lench just playing with the ball. The referee just spots the fact that both are pulling each other's shirt, lets Matt Lynch clear the ball, and then Togwell plays the ball forward, looking for Flood up towards Medway. It'll be won back here by Dawson to the left back Lee. Lee with plays it in towards Mitford. Mitford turning, trying to go past two Slough players, but loses it as Togwell finds Dobson on the far hand side, just inside his own penalty area. Just does a step over, trying to run past Breed on that far hand side. Breed running with him at the moment. Dobson still going down that left hand side, trying to get his cross in. Breed does well to defend it, but it's a corner for Slough. Hopefully for Gosport Borough they'll defend this one a little bit better than that last one, as we wait for Lynch to come across and take this corner while he's just jogging over rather slowly. We'll just see if there's any more goals from around the Southern Premier League. Maidenhead United are away to AFC Flyde in the national, what do you call it, national league, is it? And they've had a handful of fans who have made that trip on a Tuesday evening, so congratulations for them going all that way up. And Maidenhead are actually in the lead at the moment. Ball comes in again for this corner from Lynch, goes to the back post, and it's headed away. Gray in the end has to fist the ball away, but it's going to come out for a corner, is it? It's going to be kept in, I think. Just a push in the back there, surely better, I think. And it's a corner to Slough. Nisbet was shielding the ball, so Slough now have a corner. I think they're going to let Dobson come and take this one, so another corner for the Rebels here. And if you are on Twitter, there's I'll do that in a second. We'll just wait for this corner. It's going to be an in-swinging corner from James Dobson. Just getting some instructions from the Slough management team here. So the ball's played into the far post. Free header again for Flood, and this time it's blocked on the line. And I could have sworn that must be came off a Gosport player, but it looks like it's the last touch has come off a Slough player. It's out for a goal kick, but again Flood at the back post. This time a little bit further out. Bit of a diving header there by Chris Flood to get the ball goalwards, but it's blocked and it's gone out for a goal kick. Let's see. Kings Langley are 3-0 up away to Dunstable. Here as the Slough have the ball with Dobson. Dobson just running inside, just got caught there and wins a free kick. Let's have a look. Merthyr are 1-0 up away to Stratford Town. Hereford looks like it's still 0-0. Slough with this free kick here, a couple of yards inside the Gosport Borough half. They're going to leave it for George Wells to come and take this free kick. And Wells just replacing the ball back down on the ground. Slough sent forwards both Nisbet and Hollis for this. Wells with the ball into the box, headed towards Hollis. He can't get a touch on it, and it's out for a goal kick. So we've played almost 34 minutes here at Privet Park, home of Gosport Borough. Gosport Borough 0, Slough Town 2. Goals coming from Matt Lynch on 5 minutes and Chris Flood on 27. And it's Granger who's just down in the box at the moment, but he's back on his feet and he's fine. And Slough just warming up one of their substitutes here, just if that's just a precautionary. I think it might be. It was Wells. I think took a little knock a minute or two ago, but goal kick comes from Gray. Free header there for Nisbet. Nisbet's header high up in the air. Granger underneath it. Gets the lucky touch, but it comes through to Nisbet. Nisbet's ball is hit straight at Buse. This time Togwell wins the header, but only heads it high up in the air. Togwell wins the next ball in towards Buse though. Or Buse trying to find Granger. Slough will try and win the ball back, and Nathan Webb will get there first for Slough into Flood. Flood will now play a ball here for Williams to chase. Williams just being forced wide by McCarthy. Gets across into the box, trying to find someone. It's come off a Gosport Borough player. It's a great cross there by Manny Williams. First time ball Lench couldn't get there, Flood couldn't get there, and in the end it came off McCarthy, and it's another corner here for the Rebels, and it's going to be in swinging corner, which James Dobson will come to take, I think. And it is Dobson. It's going to be another in swinging corner here for Gosport Borough to defend. 2 free headers so far from the last couple of corners. You'll be wanting to do that. I think Vine's just coming in to help out there as Dobson just plays it in. It's gone near post all the way. It's going bouncing around in the box. Somehow Gosport clear. Comes through to Hollis, and Hollis shoots it again. Gosport Borough cannot deal with the corners coming in. The ball from Dobson went near post. It was flicked on, and someone on the line. I couldn't tell you who it was. There were so many people in there, but Gosport Borough managed to clear, and it's gone out for a goal kick. So it's still Slough with this 2-goal lead here at Privet Park as Mitford wins the header from the goal kick, but cleared by Jackman only as far as Dawson. Dawson forced wide, trying to find Propolski, but it comes off the foot of Hollis and into the stand right by our commentary position. And it's Lee, the left back, who's looking to take this throw, looking for an option. Comes through Propolski, but his touch comes through to Jackman, but one back by Mitford in towards Lee. Lee trying to go in, but Matt Lynch trying to clear the ball. In the end, it's Nathan Webb will get there first, and holding Webb trying to backheel it past a couple of players. Beast wins the ball back for Gosport Borough in towards Granger. Granger now finds Breed. Breed coming forwards for the first real time, trying to find Mitford. Mitford turning well. Togwell gets a touch, and his touch forces the ball back towards Turner in the Slough goal, and he'll just wait for Przypolski to come, and then picks the ball up inside his penalty box, obviously. So you can listen and you can make comments. So if you listen, you can tweet us. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio, and you can also, if you're listening on YouTube, there's a comments page there. You can put some comments on, and Connor Vlogs is on there as well. And Slough have the ball, but it's won back here by Vine, and he's going forwards, just crossing the halfway line. Does well to still run with the ball. Togwell trying to get by. Well, Vine does well to go past 2, but Wells comes across, and the ball's here now with Granger. Granger finds Ashton. Ashton plays the ball here, looking for Mitford. Mitford on this near hand side, cuts back inside towards Dawson. Dawson got time to try and dink a ball into the box, but that's an easy ball for Slough's goalkeeper Turner to get to, and dives on the ball, and it's an easy gather for the young Slough goalkeeper. So we have got about 7 minutes left of this first half. Still Slough with this 2-0 lead here. Ball in the hands of Turner, the Slough goalkeeper, just dropping the ball at his feet and bringing it outside of the box, and again looks for that ball over the top, trying to find Dobson. Breed has a free header, finds Vine. Vine under pressure, trying to play the ball forwards, but Propolski just looks as though he's playing almost as a free. Ball played forward, trying to find Flood. Oh, Gray, the goalkeeper, has had to header the ball just on the edge of the area. Slough can't win the ball back. It's cleared by Gosport Borough towards Mitford. Finds Dawson. Dawson under pressure from Lench. Dawson trying to turn, still has the ball, gives it straight at Togwell. Togwell just got caught there, and he's accidentally trodden on his hand there. Togwell's gone in with the tackle, and the ball's flown up, and then Dawson has accidentally trodden on Lee Togwell, and we're just going to see if Togwell, I think the Slough players are kind of saying to the referee he stamped on him, but it's Togwell looks like he's not going to need any attention from Super Kev, and I think that the Slough players are just asking the referee if, you know, it's Dawson's already on a yellow card, so they were a little bit incensed by that tackle. They're not even going into the box, and we're not even sure what the referee's given. So the game will start with a free kick to Slough. Slough just being told to come back and take it 10 yards down. Lynch made a little run through, but it's a free kick to Slough just inside the Gosport Borough half. Dobson is going to be the player that takes it, just organising Slough to get into the middle of the box here, and it is Dobson that whips the ball in far post. It's headed goalwards. It's going to be headed away though by Vine on the edge of the box, Mitford and finds Vine, but then Webb wins it back for Slough and finds Wells. Wells gives it towards Webb. Webb finds Flood. Flood trying to turn, goes past one, got caught there, and when the referee does play advantage, and this time there's no advantage, pulls it back for a free kick. Now this looks like Matt Lynch is going to be the man that will stand over this free kick for the Rebels. It's around about 25 yards out, but it's level with the edge of the 18-yard line, so it's not directly in front of goal. It's a little bit to the side, and there's a yellow card there to Granger, I think that was the recipient of that, and that's on 41 minutes, and it's Matt Lynch with this free kick almost level with the corner of the penalty box. Possibly just been asked to come back and defend here for Gosport Borough. Lynch standing over this free kick. It's going to be curled inwards. I just wonder if he's going to go for goal here with just a two-man ball. He just dinks the ball into the box. It's headed down into the penalty area. Oh, it's Nathan Webb of all people that has the chance. And I guess if it had fallen to anyone else, you'd have expected the net to rumble. But unfortunately, Webb just puts it wide of the goal. It's the one thing that he's really lacking in his midfield play is scoring goals. And he won't get much better of an opportunity there. The ball headed into his path. He's about 12 yards out. And he's just hit it wide of the goal. It's a goal kick to Gosport Borough. Ball being played quickly out, and it's going to be Vine that wins the ball here for Gosport. Halfway inside the Slough half, trying to play the ball out here to Dawson on the right hand side. Dawson hits his cross straight at Wells. It falls kindly though to Vine. Vine will spread it out here towards Lee. Lee looking to play the ball inside, trying to find Mitford. It comes into the box under pressure. Nisbet clears well for Slough. Only as far as Lee. Lee's header forwards, now looking for an offside. The ball comes into the box. Propolski trying to get there, but Jackman has to get there first and hooks the ball clear. And it's a throw to Gosport Borough. We've got around about 3 minutes left of this first half, plus whatever the referee decides to add on. We're just waiting for a ball. And it's a throw into Gosport Borough, almost level with the 18-yard box of the Slough penalty area. And it's taken quickly towards Mitford, back towards Lee. Lee towards Mitford. Mitford just being forced back. He's trying to go and do it all himself. Trying to get the ball in. Oh, trying to go past Lynch. Lynch is staying with him. Well, Mitford. Oh, he's just run it straight into off the pitch there. He got an unlucky touch, and it's out for a goal kick to Slough. And so just trying to find where the ball's gone. I don't know if someone's hidden the ball again. So we've got roughly about 2 minutes left before the half-time whistle. While we just wait for Turner to go and get the ball, let's see if there's any more action from the Southern Premier League on Twitter for you. You can contact us on Twitter at MyFC Rebels Radio. Stratford are 2-0 down to Merthyr. Maidenhead are 2 up now away to AFC Flyde. And there's no one else puts certain things on. Ball comes here to McCarthy. Oh, McCarthy trying to just there, and he eventually hooks the ball away, but the ball comes through to Dobson. So now couldn't get hold of it. Come through to Hollis. Hollis trying to find the ball, but it's come back here towards Granger. Granger will find the left back Lee. Lee played the ball forward. Well watched by Jackman, who takes it on his thigh. Finds Togwell. Togwell immediately under pressure from 3 players. Oh, and given the ball away of Slough from Nisbet to Dawson, but Dawson's ball is behind Prispolski, and Jackman plays it back to his goalkeeper Turner. Turner with a long clearance. It comes through to Breed. Breed does well on the halfway line to turn and control the ball and finds McCarthy. McCarthy under pressure from Williams goes across towards the other centre back Medway. Finds I was going to say Lee made a good run for him, but he didn't find him, and the ball played forward. So you're looking for Vine, but Wells does well. Really good defensive header there by George Wells, who hasn't really had a lot to do here in this first half, but it's a good defensive header. It's out for a throw here to Gosport Borough. 5 or 6 yards inside the Slough half. Taken quickly. Webb gets there first and just loses the ball though to Breed. And it's here with Granger. Granger turns, finds Medway. Medway will bring the ball forwards. Williams will try and close him down here as he crosses the halfway line. He slips and gives the ball away here towards Lynch. Lynch crosses into the centre circle. Plays it out here on the far hand side to Dobson. Dobson with the ball in, trying to find Flood. Oh, really good defending there by the left back Lee, with Flood standing behind him. He just glances his header wide. It's a corner to Slough Town, and again Dobson will be the player that comes across to take it. and Slough just stretching the Gosport Borough defence there, and it's going to be Dobson to take an in-swinging corner when he eventually just jogs over and gets there. And again, Slough just had some luck from corners here, not been well defended here by Gosport Borough. Slough could have had a couple more. As the ball comes in to the far post, it's headed away in the end by McCarthy. It'll come out here towards Togwell. Togwell will play it back towards Dobson. Dobson hits it in first time. Outstretched leg there of Propolski gets the ball, but it was only going to come as far as Nathan Webb, and Webb will turn inside on the far hand side, leaving the ball in for Williams. Williams trying to turn up against Lee, who's all the way over on that right hand side. Comes off Lee last. It's a throw to Slough, and Hollis is still up there, so expect a long throw into the box. We're into whatever the referee has added on here at this first half. And Slough just, I'm surprised they don't keep it in the corner, because I think as soon as this comes in, it's going to be the referee that blows up. It's Hollis standing over this, trying to put a long throw into the box. Just arches and throws it in. Two Slough players go to flick it on. It comes all the way through, and then it's Mitford in the end who can clear. And Turner is who's just going to come and guide the ball out. It is. It's going to go for a throw. And no signal from the referee how long we've got for added time in this first half, but we're into the second minute already, and it's Jackman that will take the throw for Slough halfway inside his own half. Slough just been urged to come for, I think they're going to leave it for Hollis to take, who's come all the way from the far hand side just to come and take this throw for the Rebels. And his long throw, trying to find Flood. Flood does well to win their header on in towards Williams. Williams is lost, and Mitford plays the ball in here towards Dawson. Dawson just inside the centre circle of his own half. Under pressure from Lench, gives it towards Breed. Breed with the ball back towards Dawson. Plays the ball forwards. It will come through to Wells, who volleys that clear. And that is the half time here at Privet Park. It's Gosport Borough 0, Slough Town 2. Goal scored by Matt Lench in the 5th minute in a goal mouth scramble where he poked the ball home. And then that was on 5 minutes. And then just as Gosport Borough were getting back into the game, Chris Flood on 27 minutes with a free header from a corner made it 2-0 for the Rebels, and that is the half-time score here at Privet Park. So there we go. So some details for you. I'm trying to just, it's dark in here and I can't turn the I just read out the half times and I missed it. That's a shame. Right, let's see if we can find those half times for you then, because I just ran through them very quickly and I missed it. But there you go. So just a reminder for you, if you are planning to travel to the Hereford game on Saturday, a couple of things for you to be aware of. First of all, if you're planning on going on the supporters coach, you need to book that. It will leave St Joe's School in Slough, just around the back of Arbour Park. It will leave at 11 o'clock in the morning, and tickets are, for the price of tickets, are on the Slough Town Supporters Trust website. Also, if you are travelling to Hereford, you do need to buy the ticket from a office. So there is a ticket office that you buy it from before you go to the turnstiles. So there's no cash or card taken at the turnstiles. You have to buy your ticket. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to buy it today. You can buy it on the day of the game, but you just have to buy it, very much like Dorchester, from a match ticket room, and then go in, and there's no money taken on the turnstile. So just a reminder of that for you if you are planning on going to Hereford. If you're not planning on going to Hereford and you think, I'd love to listen to Rebels Radio, we won't be on air as a Rebels Radio broadcast, unfortunately, but we will be doing a joint broadcast with Radio Hereford. And if you've got a couple of minutes sometime in your day, if you go onto the Hereford FC website, click on media, you'll see something that says Radio Hereford FC, and if you click on that, that gives you a little link and you'll see a little box. Obviously it'll be doing the match commentary today because they're playing tonight, but otherwise it plays music, I do believe, and you'll see that and you can listen to that. And I will be co-commentating with Radio Hereford's main commentator, who I believe is a proper professional and has done broadcasts for 5 Live. So yeah, You'll have someone who knows what they're talking about at least. Well, kind of, hopefully. So I'm going to try and find the half-time scores. I can tell you that Maidenhead are 2-1 up at half-time. 2 goals from Dave Tarpey. Merthyr are now 2-1 up at Stratford. Let's okay, tonight's attendance is 382. Bognor 2, Whitehawk 2. Let's have a look. Just going to see if we can find some other scores. Half time is Bishop Stortford 1, Kings Lynn 2. And we're going to see what else we can find. I can't find anything else. I'm really bad tonight. You think they're really good. Let me just see if we can just find some bits there for you. So go and make yourselves a half-time cup of tea. Hello, Dan. How are you? You alright? Okay. I'm good. How are you? Everything working? Of course everything's working. Why wouldn't it be? Well, yeah, hopefully. Hopefully, yeah, we're fine. How's the game been? You want, I don't know, let me see. Let's see if I can turn it on. It's a bit dark and I can't see anything. There you go. How, if you want to, this is Dan Brent, everyone from the Slough Town Supporters Trust. How was the first half for you?
Yeah, very good. Getting forward more on Saturday. Much improved.
Yep, and 2 good goals from Slough. They're causing Slough being quite dangerous from set pieces tonight.
Yeah, good to see the set pieces coming together. We sort of seemed to have a lot of them previously, but not always sort of getting the first touch on them to go goalwards. But yeah, good to see Floody get that header direct from the corner. Yeah. So have you got any trust news that you can give everybody? Yep, place is still available for the coach to Hereford. Not many places left. We're on about 39 at the moment, so there's only about a dozen or so, 10 or 12 spaces left on the coach. So if you're interested, please get in touch with us. You can find all the details on our website. And
how much is it for the thing?
Looking forward to having a nice packed out coach for
how much?
The weekend. I'm not sure how much it is at the moment.
Okay.
Hopefully the fact that there's lots of people will bring the price down.
Excellent.
And we had around 32 tonight on the coach, so that'll help. All helps as well.
Oh, look!
The more people we have, the lower the cost.
You're missing the sprinkler action. We don't normally have, because obviously at Arbour Park it's plastic, so you don't have sprinklers. It's not supposed to be wetted, but we've got sprinklers going off here at Privet Park, and it's. I don't think I've seen that apart from Premier League.
Exactly,
to be honest,
yeah.
I just noticed because the Slough Town substitutes were training just down here by the corner flag, and then someone's obviously had a word with them because they've moved way out of the way or off ways. They would have got a drenching. So, yeah, great. Thank you very much for that. And cool. Anything else? You've got the barrel roll. What about the barrel roll?
Oh, yeah, barrel roll. Sunday, the 27th of August. Trust team will be entering the Slough barrel roll along with some of the pubs, and I think Garlic will get involved as well.
They almost got caught again.
So if you're around in the centre of Slough on that Sunday, it's around 12 o'clock at the curve. Come down and give us some support. Wear your Slough shirts. We will be. So come and give us some support. We raise some money for the Teenage Cancer Trust, which is the chosen charity this year. And we'll be doing a bucket collection at some point as well to help boost their funds at one of our home games.
Cool. Excellent. Thank you very much, Dan. And you're sitting on the coach on the way back?
I'm on the coach on the way back,
yep.
Okay.
Right, there's no space.
I'll see you there.
You'll have to sit on the toilet. So there you go. That was Dan Brent with you. The Supporters Trust news there about the coach on Saturday. We've still got the Chesham game versus Kings Langley still seems to be going on according to their Twitter. But I'll try and run through the half times with you from. Well, I can't really read my own writing, which is really hard. Bishop Stortford 1, Kings Lynn 2. It's Dunstable 0, Kings Langley 3. Where are we? I can't even read my own writing. That's terrible, isn't it? Stratford 1, Merthyr 2. I'll try and find the other scores for you. I can tell you that Biggleswade are 1-0 up at St Ives, and Hereford had an attendance tonight of 2,424, of which 23 of those were made up by the Tiverton fans. It's 0-0 in that game as well, so it's Hereford 0, Tiverton 0. And we'll just see if we can find anything else for you. It looks like Kettering is 0-0 with Redditch as well at the moment. and then the Chesham game is still going on, apparently. So there you go for that. So that's that bit done. So I've got a chocolate bar somewhere, but I've lost it. I don't know where it's gone. Half-time score has just come through. It's Chesham 0, Banbury 1. So there you go. And I know that there are some. The sprinklers are quite fun. They're just going off anywhere willy-nilly. I don't think the Slough players have realised, but I think they're going to be next. The sprinklers seem to be going off, and they're trying to move away from the place. There is a tower. Someone who might know. There's a white tower that's like a sail ship. I think is it called the Pinnacle Tower or something in Portsmouth? I have a fantastic view of that right straight in front of me, not literally right in front of me because obviously that's a football pitch, but over the far side of the stand, quite a few miles away, I can see that tower all lit up there, and it's still quite a clear night here down in Gosport. So it's quite nice. Now you must be getting some music in the background as well, and not a lot we can do about that, unfortunately. Just going to see if there's any goals from some of the other bits that are going on for you. Walton Casuals are 3-0 up against Chipstead. Walton Casuals, they actually play, well, they will be playing not far from me. I actually live in Walton. They are having a new ground built as well, and I took a walk past there earlier today, and what they've got is looks like they've got like a stand and a complex, because it's going to have a running track as well. Now I thought what was going to happen was that you were going to have a running track with a football ground in it, but what it looks like is the stand is on one side faces the football club, and then on the other side goes out towards the running track. So that's coming along very nicely, and it'll be nice to go there once that's fully done. A couple of goals around from other games around. We've got Southport knee FC United of Manchester 2, Salford 2, Stockport 1. Our old foes Leamington are drawing 0-0 with Kidderminster Harriers. And let's see, Aldershot, who scored 6 away from home on Saturday, are 0-0 with Maidstone. In the Championship, we've got Millwall 2, Ipswich 3 at the half-time. Hull City 1, I was going to say Wickham, that'd be hopeful for Wickham fans, wouldn't it? Wolves 2. Cardiff are leading Sheffield United 1-0. Brentford losing at home to Bristol City 1-0. I was trying to try and find the Champions League, but I really don't know. Margate are drawing 0-0 with Tonbridge Angels in that derby there. Truro 1, Bath 1. Some of those. And Middlesbrough 1, Burton Albion 0. Staines are 3-0 up against Tooting and Misham, who we played in pre-season. And Dorking Wanderers, who we beat in the FA Cup a couple of years ago, they're 3-1 up against the Met Police. And I do believe that Slough's Brad Wadkins is over there. He's playing there. Lewis Putman is there as well, so that's where Putts went at the end of the season. And one of their players has scored a hat-trick for Dorking Wanderers. So there you go. Those are some scores from back around the game. We should be quite close to kick-off of the second half. Slough players are already out for the start of the second half. The substitutes have just avoided a drenching, so they're just coming off. And then we shall hopefully be back with the start of the second half in a minute. But like I say, if you do want to get in contact with us here at Rebels Radio, you can do it a couple of ways. If you're listening via the YouTube, you should find that there's a comments section, and you can come through and leave a comment on there. And if you're listening in, and also if you're on Twitter and you want to say hello or have your name shouted out, you can do that. It's at MyFC of Rebels Radio. Both sides starting to come out here now. Gosport just coming out as well. And it's just getting a little bit dark here. There's a little bit of light in our press room here. And the Gosport players just coming out. Slough are already out. And all we need now is the match officials. So I'm just going to have a little drink while we wait for the match officials to come out. So don't worry, we are still on air, don't worry. Right, so second half is about to start. The referee has made his way out. I'm looking for a linesman. Oh, they're in the goals. Just checking that the goals are. Excuse me, just got something stuck in my throat. Let me just clear that. Apologies there. So it's going to be Slough with the kick-off. Slough going to be playing from right to left this second half. Slough have the kick-off, which is waiting for the referee. He's started his clock, and the ball played out here towards George Wells. Wells closed down by Propolski, but plays the ball forwards. It's headed away though by McCarthy. Comes into the centre where Matt Lynch picks the ball up for Slough. Just needs a bit of space. It comes from Webb. Webb will then find Togwell. Togwell spread out on the far hand side where he finds Josh Chapman. So the floodlights just being turned on to full here. Ball played down the line. That's cleared by Lee. Comes in towards Mitford, and he then finds Medway inside his own box. He kicks long, trying to find the ball forward for Przypolski, but Nisbet's there for Slough and heads it back towards Slough goalkeeper Jack Turner, who gathers comfortably inside his goal. And Turner just in no hurry to play this ball down the field. Puts the ball down and then launches a long ball, aims towards Dobson. Dobson and Breed miss it. It's hooked clear though by McCarthy. Only as far as Nisbet. Nisbet's touch just plays the ball up and towards Dawson. Dawson trying to find the run of Vine on this near hand side, but Nisbet comes across, and Nisbet has to play it back towards his goalkeeper, and Vine clips Nisbet there. It's a free kick to Slough inside their own penalty area. And is he going to have a word? He's just the referee is just having a word with Vine there. So it was just a accidental clip, nothing in it. And the referee has waved play on. Just waved him away, not play on, because it's a free kick, obviously. I don't know what I'm talking about. I could do with some help. Someone could come down and actually do, if you knew what they were doing, that'd be even better. It's going to be Turner that comes and takes this free kick for Slough, aimed towards Dobson, but Dawson wins it for Gosport. Then well run back by Togwell in towards Williams. Williams does well, controls the ball down. McCarthy sneaks it back off him. Breed trying to keep the ball in, does well to play it in and finds Przypolski. He finds Vine, and Vine plays the ball forward. Przypolski to come down this right hand side. He's playing right down this near side, cuts back inside, still has the ball, finds Dawson. Dawson with time to cross to the far side, and it's gone all the way through. Everyone's missed it. Comes through towards Buse, but Buse is offside, and it's a free kick to Slough inside their penalty area. And there we go. So it's a free kick to the Rebels. Gosport starting their second half a little bit brighter than Slough. And the big problem that Gosport had in that first half was there was Przypolski was playing up front on his own and just getting no real help, unfortunately, from Mitford, as Dobson wins the ball, flicks it on here, trying to find Williams. Williams in a foot race with McCarthy. McCarthy does well, stops the ball inside his penalty area, but it's overrun. Dobson tries to get there first. Dobson, can he keep it in? He keeps the ball in, stripped to the far post, headed away by Medway, comes to the edge of the area where Slough try and win it with Dawson, but Dawson does really well, holds the ball off, and then it's Buse on the overlap here, bringing the ball forwards, finds Mitford on the far hand side. Mitford just holding the ball up, just needing a little bit of help. It comes from the left back Lee, a lovely little back heel into his path. Lee with the ball, gets to the byline, crosses. It's not the best of crosses, it's still floating around in the box, comes through, it's still going around, shoots, there's a goal! And it's Przypolski who gets a goal back for Gosport Borough, their first goal of the season, and the goal comes on 48 minutes. Gosport Borough 1, Przypolski with the goal, and Slough 2. And they play some music when Gosport Borough score. There you go. We just missed that bit. They just play. I've got 48, but they're on. They said 48. And Slough take the kick off quickly, trying to find Dobson. Dobson trying to get to the back of Breed, but Breed will watch that go all the way out of play and out for a goal kick. So Przypolski with that goal on 49 minutes, I think it was. We've been told 49 minutes. And Slough had plenty of chances to clear that ball there, but they couldn't get rid of it, and Turner had no chance in the goal. They're just beaten as Gray, the goalkeeper, takes this goal kick. It's Nathan Webb who heads it away. Comes through here to Williams. Williams holds the ball up. Finds Lynch on the right hand side. Lynch trying to run past. Gets a lucky deflection. Ball comes through, and Gray has to try and keep it in on the far hand side. Does well by keeping the ball in. And Slough will have Guy Hollis come across to hook the ball clear down the line up towards Lynch. Lynch trying to flick the ball on, but it will come through here towards Medway as an offside against Williams. And it's a free kick to Gosport Borough. So Gosport Borough, that early goal here in this second half has given them hope. The attendance here today was 382, and there's a good number of Slough fans. I'd say there's about 60 to 70 Slough fans have made the journey down this evening. As we wait for Gray to take this free kick for Gosport Borough, and he takes it long. Aim on the far hand side, aim towards Mitford. It's Jackman that wins the header. Lynch beaten to the ball by Lee, but it goes straight out of play, and it's a throw to Slough on the far hand side. Slough just warming up. A couple of subs in the far corner. I can't see who it is, unfortunately. Our commentary position here is unfortunately blocked by some steel girders from that far side. But Turner will take this free kick for Slough, halfway inside the Slough half. Launches a long ball here, again aimed towards Dobson, and Dobson does well to head the ball in towards the box, where Lynch flicks the ball on, and then Medway under pressure. Oh, he almost made a mistake there. He cooked it clear in the end, but Manny Williams tried to get goal side of him, and it was Medway who just hooked the ball away from the goal and away from Manny Williams. And it's a corner for the Rebels, and Matt Lynch is going to be the player that goes to take this for Slough. Be an in-swinging corner for the Rebels, and Nisbet and Hollis have gone forwards for Slough to try and restore this 2-goal lead. It's Lynch who places the ball. A bit of pushing and shoving in the box there, which the referee has seen, and it's Dobson and Dawson who are the two people just called over. And apologies if you do pick up some couple of odd words there, but the referee's happy now. Ball waiting for this free corner to come in for Slough. Played into the box. It's a free ball comes through, and trying to get a penalty. It's a penalty, is it? I think it is. I think it was Hollis who went to go to get the ball, and I couldn't see who it was who gave away the penalty. I think it was Dawson, the captain, who's given the ball away. Now Dawson's already on a yellow card, but the referee isn't going to do another one, but it is a penalty. I think that's what Nisbet's just going over to say to the referee is that's a possibility. It looks like it's Chris Flood who's going to be the penalty taker here for Slough. So Flood with this penalty for the Rebels as he comes up against Sam Gray. Oh, he just rolls that one into the bottom corner. It's 3-1 here for Slough, and on 8 plus 45, 53 minutes. It's Slough Town with a 3-1 advantage here. Gosport Borough 1, Slough Town 3. 2 goals from Chris Flood, and Slough have restored their 2-goal lead from that penalty there. And Slough just jogging back into their position, and little Manny Williams is just the last one to come across, and it's Williams still just not into his own half yet. So we just wait for this kickoff for Gosport Borough. Ball here with Dawson. He gave away that penalty there, just running into a couple of players. Finds Lee on the far hand side. Lee back towards Dawson. Good tackle there, and there's an injury there to a Slough player. The ball's still going on. Dawson's just arguing with the referee, and in the end it's a free kick to Gosport Borough, and I'm trying to see who the player is that's down, and I've got a funny feeling it looks like it's Matt Lynch, and they've immediately called for Super Kev to come onto the pitch. Super Kev getting a shout from his Rebels after his 32 years of service here at Slough was rewarded with that pre-season friendly against West Bromwich Albion. So Super Kev's doing some work tonight. And we've got an injury. We'll go and see if there's any more scores in the Southern Premier League. So I've got a bit of peanut stuck in my mouth as well. Alright, let's see if there's anything else going on. As I'm just trying to see if it is Lynch that's injured. We're just going to see. We'll have a look and see what scores are going on in the Southern Premier League while we have a look. Hayes and Yedding are 1-0 down away to Marlow. Let's just see. Doesn't look like there's anything else going on. Nope. No goals. Kings Lynn have scored another at Bishop Stortford. It's Bishop Stortford 1, Kings Lynn 3. So there's that one. And Gash has scored the goal. I think that's funny, but there you go. There you go. We're going to see. It is Matt Lynch who's back up on his feet, and he's just hobbling off to the sideline. Just get the funny thing that Super Kev will just make sure he's okay. It's a free kick though to Gosport Borough on the far hand side, and it's Dawson will take it. I place it in here towards McCarthy. McCarthy then looks to drill the ball into the box. It's gone past everyone. It's headed by Propolski, but you can't keep the header in play. And it's out for. I'm just going to have to come off because I've got a bit of peanut stuck on my tongue. I'm just going to come off for a second. See, this is what you get when you find your chocolate bar and try and eat it during half time while still talking. It's a goal kick here to Slough. Jack Turner to take this goal kick. Stratford have got a goal back. It's 2-2 in that game. As Turner's long ball aimed towards Dobson. Dobson does well to win that first header. Comes through here to Lynch, and Lynch almost looked like he was going to shoot there, but still running with the ball. Gets there, and in the end, it's Breed who has to clear for Gosport Borough as Lynch just had the run of the ball there and just comes through. Looked like he was going to take a shot. It's going to be a throw for Slough. Looks like Wells will be the player that comes to take this, and Wells is just looking for an option. That option comes from Nathan Webb. Webb then flicks the ball in trying to find Dobson. It's cleared by Gosport Borough, but only as far as another throw to Slough, a couple of yards back from where they just took it. Again, George Wells looks like he's going to be the player to take it. Wells just trying to find Flood. Flood trying to hold the ball up, does well. Stuns the ball in here to Williams. Williams plays it back. He's just overrun it, and Flood can't get there. And it rolls grateful into the arms of the Gosport goalkeeper, Sam Gray, who was Slough just playing some nice football just on the edge of the area. Williams ball just a little bit too much on it, and Gray just trying to organise his players to get across to the far end side. All day, and the ball headed by Togwell comes through though to Jackman. Jackman can clear with Lynch. Lynch under pressure turned, but can only play the ball straight out of play and out for a goal kick on that far hand side. And I can't really see because it's a bit dark in here, but I think there's 12 minutes gone of the second half so far, and it is Gosport Borough 1, Slough Town 3 is the current score at the moment. And it's a throw here on the far hand side with Ashton Lee. He throws the ball in looking for midfield. Slough win the ball back here through with Webb. Webb trying to find Flood. Flood gets goal side of Medway. There's no one in the box though, so Flood's just going to hold the ball up. Still running, gets to the byline, plays it off. I thought the ball had last come off Chris Flood, but apparently the linesman on that far hand side says it came off Medway. It's a corner to the Rebels, and Slough break there. Good play there by Nathan Webb, just stealing the ball, but a corner, and again Slough will send up the big guns. And it'll be another in-swinging corner, this time from Dobson on that far side. And the management team just shouting some instructions there. So Dobson to take this in-swinging free kick for Slough. Just plenty of height on it, looking for Flood. Flood at the back post, heads it all the way across goal, and out of play for a goal kick. And he must have got too much of a decent contact on that, unfortunately, and then had a lot of power on it, but it's out for a goal kick. And it's Privet Park here. It's Slough a 3-1 lead, and 2 goals from Chris Flood and 1 from Matt Lynch. And Slough will be hoping to see this out. We've got over half an hour of this second half to go. It's Gray with the long kick forward, headed away with well by Togwell. Finds Manny Williams. Williams gives it to Lynch, and Lynch has played the ball off Buse for a Slough throw on the far hand side. And the ball boy has gone twice. He's had to go across there behind that stand to go and get the ball. And then we've got 2 balls on the pitch, and it's out for it's a throw to Slough, just inside their own half here. It's going to be Hollis, I think, that's going to take the throw on that far hand side. And Hollis just waiting for a little bit of movement up front here, just to launch this long throw. So long throw from Mim on the halfway line. It's cleared by everyone. It hits Ashton Lee, and it's out for another throw for Slough. Again, Hollis will be the player that goes across to take this throw. And this time they will send Nisbet up forward. This is halfway inside the Gosport Borough half. And again, it's Hollis just looking to arch his back and launch this ball into the box. He does that. It's an easy header though for Lee. Only comes as far as Togwell. Togwell heads the ball back in. Nisbet trying to get there. Nisbet heads it towards Webb. Oh, Webb does well. Turns. Plays a little one ball to Nisbet. Nisbet trying to dink the ball over, but well spotted by Gray in the Gosport goal. And he's going to try and get Gosport on the attack here. Going to try and find Vine. Vine up against Wells. Wells just hoofs that ball into the stand here. Good defending there by George Wells. And it's a throw to Gosport Borough. And the ball's here with Dawson. Dawson finds Granger. Granger up against Manny Williams. Oh, Williams just steals the ball off him and then finds Flood. Flood trying to take a touch, but it's taken off his feet there by Breed, but it's gone out of play for a Slough throw. And it's a throw for Slough inside their own half. Taken quickly by Wells, finds Nathan Webb. Webb turns into a little bit of danger, but evades a couple of challenges and then finds Guy Hollis. Hollis still with the ball at his feet, goes back to his goalkeeper Turner. Turner chased down by Przypolski, but plays the ball, looking for Dobson. Dobson flicks on, and Wells has gambled on that. Wells, the left back, has got forward. Oh, he just played the ball, and he's played it inside. A Breed has collected and collect the ball. Ball's here with Dawson. Dawson closed down well by Nathan Webb. Nathan Webb still steals the ball off him. Plays the ball into the box here for Flood. Flood gets into the goal, still running with it. Shoots. It's cleared. Oh, it's hit the bottom of the post and gone wide of the goal. And Chris Flood on his return to Gosport Borough could and should be on a hat-trick. As it is, it's Slough Town with a 3-1 lead, and Slough just hit the bottom of the post there. Superb play yet again by Nathan Webb, who did really well to chase Dawson and try and win the ball off him. Won it at the second attempt. Played a lovely little ball into Flood, but his shot scrapes the bottom of the post. It's great. Gets the game back on the way with this goal kick. Flicked on well by Przypolski, and Nisbet has to come across to clear for Slough. Finds Lench, and Lench, as he plays the ball, Buse comes sliding in. Przypolski it was that comes sliding in. Blocks the ball. It's out for a throw to Slough, about 10 yards inside their own half. And again, I think they're just going to leave it for Hollis to try and get Slough a little bit further down the field here. And he does that. Lynch trying to flick the ball on. Won by Lee. Webb does well to rise and win the ball. Dawson's there, but Lynch steals it off his feet. Ball back towards Hollis. Hollis dinks the ball forward, trying to find Flood. Come off the head of Medway towards Breed. Breed hooks the ball, but just hooks it right back high up in the air, putting his own team under pressure. Webb wins the ball, trying to find Williams. Williams holding the ball up on that far-hand side. There's a mixture of legs and stuff going on, and in the end it's Lee that can clear the ball, only as far as Hollis, who pumps the ball back in. And it's an offside there against Slough, and it's a free kick to Gosport Borough. And I was just going to see if there's any more goals in the Southern Premier League game as we wait for Grays to come. It looks like Dunstable pulled a goal back. It's Dunstable 1, Kings Langley 3. And we wait for Gray to take this free kick for Gosport Borough. Plays it high into that night sky. Straight out of play though, and out for a throw to Slough, halfway inside their own half. Apparently there's been 2 red cards in the game between Merthyr and Stratford. Both teams now down to 10 men. And Slough played the ball forward, trying to find Williams, but it's cut out well there by McCarthy. McCarthy plays the ball forward, looking for the run of Mitford. And Slough have to gamble, and it's a really good defensive header there by Guy Hollis. Turner claims it on the edge of the box and looks to release Dobson quickly. Ball finds it. Dobson will keep the ball in that far hand side. Bree comes across, and it's a corner for Slough, and that is good play there by Turner in the Slough goal. He claimed the ball on the edge of the area, just under pressure from Mitford, and it immediately puts Slough on the attack, and Slough have a corner. And again, Lench will be the player who takes this in-swinging corner from this near-hand side. Dobson's going to look to come short. They're going to give it to Dobson. Lynch is still there. Lynch hasn't been closed down. Lynch can chip the ball in. It's going into the box. Oh, it's headed away by Vine in the end. Comes through here towards McCarthy. McCarthy trying to find Mitford. Mitford beaten to the ball by Jackman. It'll come through towards Togwell. Togwell just launches the ball forwards. Dobson up against McCarthy. McCarthy just shies away. Dobson will hold the ball up. He's got Lynch on the overlap if he needs him. Dobson still with the ball. Goes past him on, cuts onto the inside. Still running with the ball. Finds Manny Williams on the edge of the box. Williams will find on the far hand side Chris Flood. Plays it back into the box. And Slough have somehow missed from 4 yards. Dobson it was. Flood played the ball in. Dobson tried to flick it on past, but it went the wrong side of the goalpost. And to be honest, Slough should have wrapped this game up. They've just gone wide of the post, hit the post, and to be honest, they really should have put this game to bed. Ball's been played forward. Polsky beaten to the ball by Nisbet, though. Comes through to Breed, who plays the ball forwards. Mitford's taken up a more side on this near hand side. Him and Vine have swapped forwards. Ball played in towards Polsky, but he's offside, and it's a free kick to the Rebels. And it's Slough will just take their time with this free kick and see a couple of substitutes just warming up for Gosport Borough at the moment. But as it is, no substitutes for any team at the moment, and we are 20 minutes into the second half. It's Gosport Borough 1, Slough Town 3. And it's going to be Turner that will take this free kick for Slough. Again, looking for Dobson. Dobson does well. Flicks the ball on, trying to find Williams. Williams trying to get goals. Oh, he's won the ball back. Williams is there. He shoots. It's a good save by Gray. Comes into the box. Dobson's going to try and get there. He's being forced away from the goal. Dinks the ball in, trying to find Williams. Williams loses the ball. It's hooked clear in the end by Medway. And again, Slough should have had an opportunity to score. So it's Togwell flicking the ball on. A little bit of confusion there. Ball played forwards. Hollis will win the header for Slough. Intelligent header into the path of Lynch. Lynch can now run with the ball down that right hand side. Lynch trying to play the ball in. It's headed away though by Medway for the expense of a corner to the Rebels. And Slough putting some real pressure on here. And it's nice to see the Slough Town fans in good voice behind this goal this evening. They need to do a little bit more of that at home. But we're just going to wait for Dobson to go across to take this in-swing corner on the far hand side for the Rebels. And he's just got to find the ball. Where's the ball gone? There it is. There it goes. He's got the ball. So Dobson will take this in-swinging corner for Slough. And again, Slough causing a lot of danger from these set pieces. Gosport have done well to keep it out, but it's going to be Dobson that takes it. He's going to hit it in low towards Flood. Flood digs the ball in. It's headed in and it's gone out for another corner, this time off the head of McCarthy. And Slough with a different routine there played in. And again, Dobson will have a chance to put this ball into the box. And again, he's just waiting for the movement from the Slough players inside that box. They're just getting the signal of what one they're going to do. And it's near post. It's flicked on, but it's well cleared there by Dawson. And Togwell wins the ball back for Slough in towards Dobson. Dobson trying to keep the ball in. Does well on that far hand side. Still with the ball at his feet. Trying to go past, but it comes off Dawson last. It's a throw to Slough on the far hand side. And interesting, Slough going to let Nisbet Hollis come across to take this? I think they are. They're still going to keep the pressure on Gosport Borough here. As it looks as though it's Hollis that's going to go across to take this throw. And it is. So the referee just telling him to go. He's literally gone back 2 yards. So he's going to take another 4 yards at least for when he throws the ball in. So a bit pointless as Hollis throws that ball in. Nisbet trying to flick the ball into the box. Comes through to Lynch. Hooks the ball, but he's just had to hook it from behind. And it's gone wide of the goal. And again, Slough just creating some chances here, but they've not got the ball in the back of the net again. Still this 3-1. We're going to see the first substitutions of the game here for Gosport Borough. 10 is Mitford coming off. And we've got... Is he coming off? He's not coming off. He's come back on. What's going on? You can't put 12 on. All right, Mitford finally got off. And then he's taking off Vine as well. So Terrell Mitford off and Vine on. And we've got Matt Smith coming on 69. And the other one is 15 is Tyler Roach. So the two substitutions there for Gosport Borough are Terrell Mitford and Chinedu Vine off. Coming on Matt Smith and Tyler Roach. That's numbers 12 and 15 on for 10 and 11. And the game will get back underway with this goal kick from Gray, the goalkeeper for Gosport Borough. And Prispelski tries to win the ball. Well won there by Hollis. Comes out through there to Lee. Lee plays the ball forwards. And Jackman under pressure clears the ball. And up onto the top of that stand. It comes back out, and a throw to Gosport Borough just inside the Slough Town half. So 69 minutes those substitutions were, and it's Lee with the throw on the far hand side. Plays the ball in, it's come through, headed away by Togwell towards Williams. Williams trying to, gets a bit of luck there and still running with the ball, and still holds up well. Finds Togwell. Togwell's got Dobson on this near hand side. He tried to find it, but the ball was well deflected. But Lynch will chase that one down. It's going to be Medway stopping it going out for a corner, but under pressure finds Lee, and then Lee can clear only as far as Togwell. Togwell's best touch isn't great. It falls here to Roach. Roach though just immediately robbed of the ball by Togwell, and it's gone out of play off Togwell for a throw to Gosport Borough. So we've coming up to 25 minutes gone with the second half. Still Gosport 1, Slough Town 3. Ball over the top here, and it's just going to bounce all the way through towards Turner in the Slough goal, who will just wait for Przypolski to come and take it up. And now Turner's got it in his hands. He's just slowing the game down, and launches a long kick, trying to find Dobson. McCarthy's coming across under pressure from Williams. His clearance isn't the best. He's giving it straight back towards Dobson. Dobson just needs a little bit of help. Help comes from George Wells. Wells just takes a touch on and then crosses the ball. It's come into the box. It's come through towards Dobson. Dobson shoots right foot. It's blocked by Gosport Borough. It's gone out of play for a throw, and it's out for Slough fan just urging the Rebels to put this game to bed, and it's a throw here to George Wells. Wells just going to try and find Dobson. Dobson will give it back towards Wells, but Dawson comes across, but Slough try and win the ball back here with Nathan Webb. Comes out towards Togwell. Togwell releases Webb. Webb's going to, I thought he's going to look to shoot. Plays into Flood on the far hand side. He's got to run overlap, but it hasn't come through to Jackman. Jackman and Webb. It's Webb that wins the ball back here towards Flood. Flood being forced wide on that far hand side. He's got Jackman with him. Doesn't need him. He's going to try and get a cross in. Cross into the box to Williams. Oh, and Williams just puts it the wrong side of the goal. Kieran, for those, Kieran's just saying that Slough should have had 5 by now. He's going to be fun on the coach home, but there you go. It's a goal kick here to Gosport Borough, and it's Gray that's going to take this for Gosport. Long ball forward again, looking for Przypolski. It's headed away though by Togwell. It's gone out straight out of play for throw to Gosport, just inside their own half on the halfway line, and Lee takes the throw quickly towards Medway. Medway goes all the way back to his goalkeeper Gray. Gray on the edge of his box comes across to McCarthy. Williams just starting to close the ball down. Ball played here for Dawson. Dawson immediately closed down by Nathan Webb. Finds Breed. Breed with the ball here to the substitute Smith, but he's been robbed of it by George Wells. But now we'll get the ball back here with Nathan Webb. Finds Mark Nisbet, and Nisbet will come across to Hollis. Hollis then finds the ball here towards Lynch. Lynch on the halfway line, just under pressure, finds it to Jackman, but a little bit behind Jackman, and Jackman starts to stop his run, plays it back towards Lynch, and Lynch looks up. Easy ball in here towards Togwell, being closed down by Przypolski, given to Hollis. Przypolski just chasing it back, but Slough go all the way back to the goalkeeper Turner, and Turner confidently clears that ball up towards Dobson on his chest towards Webb. Webb with the ball forward, trying to find Manny Williams. McCarthy wins the ball, but again it's come out here towards Smith. Smith going to try and turn, does really well to win the ball, but 2 Slough players tackle and win the ball back. The ball's here now with Wells in towards Williams. Williams just holding the ball up well, finds Wells, who's continued his overrun. It's taken off his feet, but only as far as Togwell. Towards Webb, in towards Dobson. Smith just doing a lot of chasing, back towards Webb. Webb, lovely little ball in. Now Slough playing some good football. Heavy touch by Lynch, but the ball comes through here to Togwell. Is he going to shoot from distance? No. He's going to still run with the ball. Just goes past a couple. Still going. Togwell's like Messi. He's going to shoot. It's blocked there, and then it's going to go out for a throw. I don't think I've ever seen Lee Togwell go that far up the pitch. He went past about 3 or 4 players here, and there's an injury here to, I think it's Buse, the Gosport player, but it doesn't look like he needs any treatment. So, and the Gosport Marrow just giving some instructions there to his side. Slough the throw, taken quickly by Wells towards Dobson. Dobson hits it straight at Dawson, back out for another Slough throw. And again, it's Wells that will look to take this throw. And he's going to find Williams. Williams here held up by McCarthy, but Williams still with the ball, holding it up on the thing, trying to go past a couple of players. It's come off Breed, and Breed's clearance hits Matt Lynch and out for a goal kick. So while we wait for that goal kick to come in, let's see if we can find some more scores around the Southern Premier League. Slough, just a couple of subs just warming up in front of us. And Gray with this ball forwards, headed away well by Hollis. It comes through to Manny Williams. Williams can turn, trying to find the runner Flood. Flood gets in behind. Oh, a mistake there by Medway towards Flood. Can he get it? Oh, it's a back pass. Oh, but it was Medway who almost had a shot. Unfortunately, shot at his own goal. And Roach trying to win the ball on the far hand side. Slough stick a leg out, win the ball back here with Nathan Webb. Webb's had a fantastic match for Slough in that centre position. Ball now here towards Lynch. Lynch just slowing the game down, gives it to Nisbet, and Nisbet here towards Flood, leaves the ball for Dobson. Dobson's got a couple of people on this near hand side. Dobson's still going to have the ball, shoots from distance, he takes the deflection, oh, and Gray has to take an amazing save, tips it over the crossbar there, clearly must have taken a deflection as the shot came in from James Dobson, and great reactions from the Gosport Borough there, just as it looked like it was looping over his head, he's arched his back and palmed it over the top. It's a corner to Slough. And it will be Lynch that will take this. It will be an in-swinging corner. Slough really should have put this game to bed. And they've got to be careful now. There's only 14 minutes left of the second half. And it's going to be Lynch with this in-swinging free kick. Slough with a little bit of movement in the box. Free headers off the line! Oh, how did that one not go in? I think it was Flood again. And how Slough haven't scored again, I do not know. Ball's on the far hand side with Roach, robbed by Slough again. This time it's Jackman. Nathan Webb's just gone down injured. Ball played over, looking for Flood. Flood takes control of the ball inside the box, still looking to go through. Oh, goes past one. Still got the ball into the centre. Comes through the line it up, and there's a goal. I don't believe it. It's not. It's Josh Jackman with his first goal for the Rebels, firing in from around about 15 yards. And Slough have a fourth. And if you had Josh Jackman down as your scorer, wowee, because I don't think I've ever seen him take a shot, let alone score. We are in 77 minutes there, and it's Josh Jackman, the scorer for the Rebels, and it's now Gosport Borough 1, Slough Town 4. And there's a substitution here for the Rebels. I think coming off is Manny Williams, and then coming on is 18, which is Gavin James. Okay, and then coming off is number 8, Nathan Webb, and Webb will be replaced by 15, Simon Dunn. So Dunn on. And there was a Dunn and James coming on. Simon Dunn and Gavin James are coming on. Who came off for Gosport? 14 came on. Right, so Liss is on and Buse is off for Gosport. So I'll rerun through those substitutions there. Slough just got a free kick, so for Gosport Borough, coming off was Matt Buse, replaced by Alfie Liss. And then for the Rebels, 2 substitutions, Manny Williams and Nathan Webb coming off, replaced by Simon Dunn and Gavin James. So Slough have a free kick here now. And it's Lynch to take this free kick, around about 10 yards inside the Gosport half. Again, Slough not happy with 4-1. They want a few more. They're going to put some more players in. Lynch goes to the far post, bit of shirt pulling, goal quicker comes, he doesn't get it, and it's a goal kick there to Gosport Borough. And it's Gray in the goal. Let's see if we can get some I did say we we're going to get some scores, didn't I, from the other games, and I've totally forgotten all about that. So we'll try and do that now while Gray takes this goal kick. And it's Dobson underneath, it comes off his head, it's out for a throw to Gosport. So it's still 2-2 between Stratford and Merthyr as Bree just loses the ball. Comes through to Smith, but Dobson hooks the ball clear and McCarthy takes a touch here. Flood still going to chase this down. Flood looking for his hat-trick here at one of his old clubs. Ball played forward and Slough miss it with Dunn. It comes through here to the substitute Liss. Liss then finds Medway. Medway just charging across up the field there for Gosport. Back here with Roach. Given back here towards Medway, Dawson it was who'd come back in. He goes back to his goalkeeper, Gray. Gray finds McCarthy. McCarthy inside his own half. Looks up, trying to play the ball on the far-hand side. Comes through to Roach, but he's offside, and it's a free kick to the Rebels. So let's see if we can find those scores from the ground games. It's still Kettering 0, Redditch 0. Let's have a look at what else we can find. St Ives have got a goal back, so it's St Ives 1, Biggleswade 1. Kings Langley have gone 4-1 up away to Dunstable. As Slough take a free kick. It's been flicked on by Dobson, trying to find Wells. It's cleared in the end, up towards Propolski. Heavy touch by him, but keeps the ball. Finds Smith. Smith with the ball forwards to Dawson. Dawson in an advanced position, trying to play the ball there, but George Wells comes across for Slough and under a bit of pressure, clears, finds Nisbet, go back to the goalkeeper Turner, and Turner will hoof that ball clear up towards Gavin James. Gavin James flicks the ball on well towards Flood. Flood there comes across, and then it's Lee who misses the ball. Slough with 4 forward, gives it here towards Lench. Lench plays the ball in, it's all across the goal! And how did Dobson or James not get a touch on that? That should have been 5, or to be honest, it mostly could have been number 10, to be honest. Slough just wasted opportunity so far tonight, and that was a golden opportunity. Even I could have put that in from up here. That's how bad it was. It's a goal kick. I think it's given as a free kick anyway. The ball's been flicked on well there by Smith, who's just got trodden on as well accidentally there by George Wells. It's a free kick to Gosport Borough just over the halfway line, and it will be McCarthy that will come and take this free kick for Gosport, and he's just waiting for a couple of players to get into position as McCarthy looks to take this free kick, aims towards Granger. Granger up against Hollis, missed by all of them, comes through to Jackman. Jackman plays the ball forwards here, looking for Lynch. Score of the first goal tonight after that 5 minutes, still running with the ball, but slips. Good challenge there by Roach, but Slough win the ball back through Jackman and just sees the ball out, and it's out for a throw to the Rebels. It's dark in here, I can't see, but it says, I've got to see what it says on there. 37 minutes gone, so we've got about 8 minutes left of the game here. So it's still Gosport 1, Slough Town 4. Ball's here with Turner, the Slough goalkeeper. Plays the ball forward, looking for Dobson. Dobson again flicks the ball in towards Flood. Flood comes a little bit deep to hold the ball up. Lovely little dink ball here to Dunn. Dunn flicks it in, but it's not cleared well by Gosport, and Dunn wins the ball back for Slough. Good challenge there though by Liss, but then it's stolen back by Flood, and now Dobson trying to get down that far hand side. Ball's been cleared here, and Smith can't keep the ball in. It's out for a Slough throw, and the two managers are just giving the Slough Town players a clap, telling them to keep going. It's a throw to the Rebels right by their away dugout in front of our commentary position, 5 or 6 yards inside the half. Played in towards Dobson. Dobson flicking a header in. Flood this time didn't leave it, and it's smashed clear by McCarthy, but that will go all the way through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. Chased down by Propolski, and the two of them have a little bit of a joke there, and it's Turner with the ball in his hand. He's going to look to try and get Slough further down this field. He's going to drop the ball on the floor here, and Wells in an advanced position here for Slough, the left back. And Turner's ball goes towards Dobson. Dobson trying to flick the ball on for Gavin James. James trying to get goal side. It's McCarthy's had to take the ball. Does well to give it to Smith. Chased down by Simon Dunn, but plays the ball forwards. And the ball will come through though to Jackman. Jackman with a little header in towards Togwell, but he can't get this. Picked up here by Dawson. Dawson on the far hand side finds Lee. Lee, the left back, comes forward, cuts back inside, gives it to Dawson. Just gives it to him, then back to Lee on that far hand side. Just under pressure. Comes back to Midway inside his own half. Midway then to Lee. They just need to try and get the ball forward and not pass the ball around to each other. Midway in the end does play the ball forward. It's a ball into the channel, but it's out of play and out for a throw to Rebels, and it's Granger urging his teammates to try and pin the Rebels into their own half, but it's going to be a long guy Hollis throw that will try and get them down the field. And Hollis with that throw. The ball come through here towards Medway. In fact, I think the referee's pulled it back for a free kick on a Slough player. And it will be a free kick, is it? Yeah, it's a free kick to Slough, halfway inside their own half. So Turner's going to come and take this quickly, and Slough looking to try and break here. The ball's going down, looking for Gavin James. Gavin James on that far hand side does well, holds the ball up here, up against Medway, turns, plays it in towards Lench. Lench trying to get a cross in, takes a deflection. It's headed away by Lee, comes to the far hand side. It's kept in on the far hand side by Roach, who can clear the ball, but it's Hollis that wins the header and finds Togwell. Togwell keeps the ball in on that far hand side. Little dink ball in, trying to find Dunn, but it's won back there by Liss. Liss to fellow substitute Smith. Smith under pressure, finds McCarthy. McCarthy with the ball, gives it to Granger. Granger trying to spread the ball here, looking for the run of Breed on the far hand side. Wells is with him, and Wells just wins the ball and plays it back to his goalkeeper Turner. Good defending there by the Slough left back, who's had a good game tonight, as Turner plays the ball down, comes to Dobson. Dobson takes it on his chest, just being forced backwards by Smith, but back towards Wells. Wells just launches that ball down the field, and Flood wins the battle, but then it's headed away by Medway. It's that offside against Slough, and it's a free kick to Gosport Borough. And it's Gray that comes across to take this free kick for Gosport, trying to get them down the field. Wells just takes it on his chest, but it's won back by Smith. Smith does well, gets the ball stuck in his feet. Granger plays the ball into the box. It's cleared by Hollis to the edge of the box. Dunn trying to win it, comes back towards Breed. Dunn sticks the leg out, the ball just bouncing around. Dunn still with it and wins a free kick there for a foul on him, and Slough will be happy to take that at this time. And it's going to be a free kick to Slough. They're going to let it go for Jack Turner. We're into the final 4 minutes of the second half here as Turner takes his free kick. It's a little bit too long. It will bounce straight out of play. It goes out just by the corner flag. So it'll be a throw to Gosport. There's a final substitution for the Rebels. Coming off is George Wells. And didn't see what number was coming on, but I'll tell you who it is. It looks like it's going to be Sean Fraser to come on. And it is Sean Fraser that comes on for George Wells, and that's substitution on 86 minutes. So Fraser will fill in as left back, and it's a throw here for Gosport Borough, taken quickly, and then it's just scooped straight out of play, and Slough have a throw there. It was Breed who it came off in the end, and Slough have a throw. It's going to be Sean Fraser's first touch of the ball. Is a throw, just getting some instructions from the Slough manager. Quick throw in towards Flood. Flood just loses the ball, but Dunn wins it back in towards Fraser. Fraser towards Dobson. Dobson with the ball in, but that'll come through to Tyler Roach. Roach just turns in the centre of his own pitch, plays it to Granger. Granger didn't really want it behind him there. He's still got the ball though, and looks to play the ball forward for Dawson. Dawson in advanced position for Gosport, but he can't control that ball, and it's gone out of play for a throw to Slough. So I haven't seen any indication of how many minutes are being added on, but it's a throw here for Slough, taken by Fraser, trying to find Flood. Flood's head on will come through. Gavin James beaten to the ball by McCarthy. Ball's here with Medway, plays the ball into the centre, picked up by Roach. Slough trying to win the ball back. Still here, Roach finds the fellow substitute Smith. Smith looks up, plays the ball into the box, and Turner does well to come in there with Propolski coming in behind him, but Turner gathers that well. And I'll just lay on the ball for a couple more minutes just to waste some time. And he's just standing there waiting for the Rebels to get a bit further up the field. And Slough with this 4-1 lead here at the moment as we come into the last couple of minutes. Turner's just dropped the ball at his feet, waiting for Propolski to come down and clear, and then launches the ball forwards, looking for Gavin James. Gavin James lets the ball go. It comes through to Breed. Breed heads it poorly, and Dobson tries to clear, but Breed gets there second time. And the ball come through to Hollis. Hollis gets there first. Then Togwell wins the ball for Slough. Togwell still in the set, or loses out towards Granger. Granger now spreads it to Smith. Smith holds the ball up, gives it to Dawson. Dawson having a little bit more of the game since Nathan Webb's gone off injured. Ball played in towards Granger. Granger trying to play the ball in. It's come to the other substitute, Liss. Liss with the ball out here to Smith. And Gosport keeping the ball a little bit here. Played up here towards Granger. Granger robbed of the ball, and Dobson wins it back for Slough and goes all the way back to goalkeeper Turner. And Turner kicks cleared. Not the best of kicks. Comes through to Liss. Finds Granger. Granger 10 yards inside his own half. Ball spread out here towards Smith. Smith looks up trying to play a 1-2. Dobson just stands there and gets a bit lucky, and then Dawson charges down and the ball comes off Dawson last for a throw to the Rebels. So we've got to be into the last 30 seconds of normal time. It's just what the referee, Mr. Hillier Smith, adds on is all that's left. Slough with 4-1 lead, but to be honest, they maybe should and could have had at least 3 or 4 more. Their finishing has been a little bit unlucky, and Gray in the Gosport goal has made a couple of really good saves. It's a throw here for Breed. Finds Granger. Granger's ball comes through to Smith, but he's robbed by Dunn. Ball comes in towards Togwell, towards James. James now in the centre of the pitch, trying to play the ball in. Gives it towards Lench. Lench trying to find Jackman on the far hand side, but Lench wins the ball back on the halfway line. Gives it to Togwell, who doesn't really move from that centre circle, and apart from that little run he had earlier. Slough played the ball up, but it's behind Gavin James, gone out for a throw to Gosport on that far hand side. So we are literally now into whatever the referee is adding on. Ball's here with Lee playing the ball forwards for Propolski. Slough just misjudged by the bounce, but Hollis reacts and plays the ball in. Ducks over there by the Dawson, and it's sorry, not Dawson, it was Liss, and then ball's with Gavin James. Plays it off Liss, and it's a throw to Slough on that far hand side. And Slough will just take their time with this one. And it's Jackman that will go across to take the throw, score of the 4th goal for the Rebels. So Jackman takes the throw, gives it here to Togwell. Togwell on that far side, tries to get his cross in, it's blocked. It's out for another throw to Slough, and the fans on the far hand side, I guess they're Gosport fans, are in no hurry whatsoever to throw the ball back. I think they've seen enough for this evening. So the ball now finally back with Jackman to take the throw. Takes it again quickly towards Dobson, back towards Jackman. Jackman trying to play the ball in, gives it towards Lench. Lench holding the ball up for Slough by that corner flag, and hits it straight off and gets a corner for the Rebels. And again, Slough not happy to just have these 4 goals. They will send in both just Nisbet up for this one, but Dobson will go across to take this corner for Slough. And Slough just been urged not to go too gung-ho, but it is Dobson that will take this in-swinging corner for the Rebels, and whips the ball into the far post. It's gone past everyone, and can Slough keep the ball in? Flood tries to, but it's gone out of play. It'll go out for a goal kick. And I'll just run through the other bits. I'll try and get the goals from the other game as well. It's going to be great to take this goal kick for Gosport Borough. Still no sign of a full-time whistle as Togwell rises high to win the header. Comes through though to Dawson. Dawson to Breed. Breed heads it on. It's headed away by Fraser towards Lench. Lench just pushed off the ball, and it's a free kick to Slough. So while that free kick is being taken quickly by Slough, trying to find Dobson, who's now turned up on the right hand side following that corner. Dobson cuts inside, shoots from distance. Oh! What a goal from James Dobson! I didn't even, it was that quick I didn't see it, but Dobson cut inside and just smashes a glorious one past, James Dobson. Cracking goal by Dobson, and Gray had no chance with that. I don't think he saw it till he picked it out of his net, but in the 90 plus 3 minutes, 93rd minute, it's Dobson with the goal. It's 5-1 here to Gosport Borough. Gosport Borough 1, Slough Town 5. They have a bit of hope there, but apparently Kettering are 3-0 up now in their game. Well, that's what it says on here, but I don't know. And the kick-off here, back with Gosport Borough. And that is the final whistle here at Privet Park. It's finished Gosport Borough 1, Slough Town 5, and the managers shake hands, but in theory Slough could and maybe should have had double figures tonight. They've wasted a couple of chances. Gray in the goal has performed some really good things. There's been some great defending and last ditch attempts with lines cleared off and posts hit, but it is 5-1 here to Slough. Scorers were Matt Lynch on 5 minutes, Chris Flood on 27 and 53, then on 77 Josh Jackman, and then 93 minutes was James Dobson's. Gosport's goal came from Propolski on the 49th minute. And it's finished there. So a great night for the Rebels here as they've stuck 5 past Gosport Borough. It'll make that trip back up the M3 a little bit better. The Slough fans just clapping their players off, and the players just going over to the Rebel faithful on that far hand side. I'm trying to find some of the other full-time scores. Just a reminder that on Saturday we will be doing a joint broadcast with Radio Hereford. I will give those details again of how to log on to that so that you get it. So I'll be doing a joint commentary with Radio Hereford on Saturday. That will be the next game. They're live from 2:15. I'll get there whenever the coach gets there. But until then, it's been a fantastic evening for the Rebels here tonight. They've put to bed that poor performance on Saturday, and they've won here 5-1 against Gosport Borough. We wish them all the very best for the season apart from that return. But that is the final score here today. And the Slough fans just giving them a round of applause as they wait here. So we'll be back on Saturday. It's a joint one. You won't be able to get it on Rebels Radio. You'll have to do it the different way, and I'll put those details on Twitter for you. So until then, thank you very much for listening in. You can get the full-time scores from somewhere else, but we do have to kind of go because we've got to catch the coach back and I've got to pack up. So thank you very much. We're back on Saturday with that special broadcast, and then after that the next game will be St Ives at home on the 26th of August. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.